War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next conquest. While this and countless other battles rage on, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun. This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Today's battle showcases beautiful thematic dice from Baron of Dice. Grab your own or get a custom set made at baronofdice.com.
Hello and welcome to Season of War. Today we have another exciting game of Age of Sigmar. My name's Jordan and I'm joined by Ridge today.
Yo, 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 what's up everybody?
We've got a big matchup on the table with two spicy armies, but it's not only the armies that are hot, we are playing Scorched Earth for the mission. So we've got 8 objectives on the table. It's hold 1, hold 2, hold more for storing. And the twist in this one is if you control an enemy objective in the second battle round onwards, you can burn it at the end of your turn. So you have to contest and control it. But if you're the underdog, you can pick one of your objectives and have your opponent worth -5 OC to their units if they're on it. But then before we get into the armies, I do want to give a big shout out to all our channel members who help support us and make all the content possible. Literally, it's without our channel members, this channel would not exist. So thank you to everyone who helps in that way. And you do get an extra battle report if you want to join up in the membership. You can hit the join button below this video. Again, get an extra battle report, so you're getting 2 matches every week. Extra content, and another look at all the different armies and matchups and all that fun stuff. So if you do enjoy our content, that's the best way to support us if you can. But then looking at this match, Ridge, do you want to take us through your army first?
Yes, of course. So we're playing Nighthaunt today. First time for me in 4th. I've played against them a bunch. They had a bunch of point increases again, so we're going to see what works here. A couple different units. I really wanted to run Lady Olinder, so I don't think we've played her on the channel. But you do see her in some competitive lists, so she's going to be the general, obviously. In her regiment, we have the trusty old 10 Hex Wraiths. We have a unit of Grimghast Reapers, so checking them out, them being a little cheaper because the Blade Geist went up. And then the last unit in her regiment is the Lord Executioner. So he's pretty cute. He has both my items, which are the best ones in Nighthaunt, so he can bring back a unit at half strength and +1 attack wholly within 12. And then in my second regiment, we have Allrak giving us some more teleporting. Just awesome that he can kind of teleport a unit around. And then in his regiment, we have a unit of 20 Blade Geist Revenants, a unit of 10 Chain Rasps, and a unit of Dreadblade Harrows. So that's all for the list. I'm going to be playing in Deathstalkers, as you do. Give me the run and charge with 1 unit. And I'm running Morbid because I have 2 spells, and Jordan was running Kronspine, so.
Yep, and for me, I'm playing the Hedonites of Slaanesh today. Again, Seeker Cavalcade, which lets me retreat and charge with all my mounted cavalry stuff. My general is going to be a Keeper of Secrets here. She's got both of my enhancements, so one of them is Strongest Alone, giving her +1 hit and wound if she's more than 6 inches away from any friendly models. And then her artifact will allow her to give out +1 attack in combat to a unit once per game. Can't be herself or a hero, but probably on these Slick Blades, hopefully. Mm-hmm. But then in her regiment, again, we do have the 10 Slick Blades, like I mentioned. They're reinforced. I also have a reinforced unit of 20 Blissbarb Archers, and then 2 units of 5 Seekers out on the flanks to give me a little speed. And then I have a second regiment, which is led by my Shard Speaker. In her regiment, she's got 2 units of 10 Blissbarb Archers and then a unit of 5 Blissbarb Seekers. So big smattering of units, lots of firepower, lots of angry demon mounts and all the fun stuff in Slaanesh. And as Rich mentioned, I did have the Kronspine as my manifestation in this game, and we were both 2 drops here, but I won the roll-off, chose to be the attacker, so I'm gonna get to choose my buff first. And I actually, in this situation, I'm not getting a lot of benefit from what I'm choosing because I have to choose first, so I'm actually opt not to take a Honor Guard ability so Rich can't get priority targeted against my stuff at least.
And I guess there's a lot of cavalry, so I will just go for anti-cavalry on my Blade Geist Revenants.
All right, then I do have choice of who goes first, and it's always scary to give away the turn to Nighthaunt, but I'd rather have the potential double to claw out if you try and pin me, so we're gonna give it away still, and go into Nighthaunt turn 1.
Let's do it.
And at the start of the battle round, I have to first pick my euphoric units for the turn, and I'm going to pick my 20 Blissbarb Archers, my 10 Slick Blades, and then one of my 10 packs of Blissbarb Archers. And I do have to give Ridge 3 dice that he can use.
Turn 1 tactic for the ghosts is going to be take their flanks. So I have to have each of these outside units just outside of my territory, touching Jordan's territory, and within 6 of the short edges. Okay, so first we are going to go for a big old Discorporate. So this did change, now it is in the hero phase, so I do have to spend a CP, and then we're gonna give a Discorporate to my Hex Wraith, so they will have a 5-up ward. Next, Orlinder is going to go for a big fat Shade Mist on top of them. So let's see if we get that. We do on a big 11.
We gotta try the Unbind. On an 11, so close.
Oh, wow, so they're gonna have -1 to wound as well. That's big. And for her second spell, we are going to go for the Suffocating Gravetide. And that's gonna go off on a 10 as well.
We gotta try it. There's a 12.
Okay.
If I had done them in the other order, would have been great.
We're starting pretty hot here with the casting. And that's all for my hero phase.
I think I will spend the command point here for Magical Intervention with the Keeper of Secrets, and try and cast the Incarnate just to maybe protect myself a little bit, get in your way. That goes, or it's gonna fail on a 7.
Oh, because of -1. All right, we're playing Nighthaunt, so let's start yeeting some stuff. We're gonna spend a CP for at the double with the Chain Rasps. And then I'm gonna use Ulrak's ability to pick up the Blade Geist Revenants and teleport them over here. That is everything for my movement phase.
Well, I might as well spend a command point for covering fire to try and get some damage out early, with just gonna be 10 of the Bliss Barb Archers. So into the Hex Wraiths. So we got 8 auto wounds there, and then 2 normal wounds for 10 total.
Okay, so 4-up Ethereal. I will take 3, 5-up board. I will take all 3. You will kill 1 Hex Wraith. All right, so then we'll just jump into the charge phase. And then the Grimghast Reapers will roll their charge. I did fail the charge on an 8, needing a 9, so I am gonna use 2 of Jordan's Slaaneshi dice here. Essentially, I just need to roll 2 3-ups, and then they will both become 6s.
Yep.
So just no 1s or 2s. Come on, baby. There's a 2. Okay,
Yep.
so they fail. So the Hex Wraiths are going to give -1 to save to the Slickblade Seekers, and then I will also give the Wave of Terror for the -1 to hit to the Slickblades as well.
And if that's all you're charging, I will spend my 2 CP for a counter charge with my Keeper of Secrets. And make it on a 7. And then at the start of combat, the Keeper of Secrets is going to use her Dark Temptations Rampage. She gives out a buff to get +1 damage on her main weapon, and she's going to give you +1 to save.
Oh, so kind of you. Okay, so we are gonna go first, obviously, with the giant unit of Blade Geist Revenants, and we're gonna do all of attack and put everything into the Slickblade Seekers. So that'll be 38 damage.
So I got 1 die left, that's all I need.
A unit of Bliss Barb Archers are next to fight and deal 2 damage to the Hex Wraiths. Then the Undead Cavalry retaliate, finishing off the last Slickblade Seeker and taking out a unit of Bliss Barb Archers.
All right, then we're gonna try and have some fun with the Keeper of Secrets and putting all her attacks into the Blade Geists. And she's not close to any friends, so she's gonna get +1 to hit and wound. So this will be 4 at 2 damage and 2 at 4 damage.
So I'll roll the 2 4 damages first, 4s. I do fail 1, and then I'm gonna use my other Slaanesh dice to save the other 4 damage. But I need to roll the 3-up, which I get. So I'll take nothing from the 4 damages, and then 4 saves for the other profile, which I'll save 3 of.
So just 2 damage.
So I'll take 2 damage. Yeah. Good old Nighthaunt.
Another unit of Bliss Barb Archers then finishes off a Hex Wraith, and the Seekers manage to bring down 2 more.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So, first turn of Nighthaunt, I did the Nighthaunt thing and just pushed everything forward. Ulrak obviously being huge here because I can bring a unit outside 7. Anti-cavalry going into the Slick Blades, 61 attacks, 2s, 3s, Ren 2
Yep.
was pretty devastating.
38 damage, was it?
38, yeah, I left 1 on 2 wounds, which is, yeah, just nuts. So the -1 save from the horse is obviously being really good too.
Pretty effective turn.
Pretty good turn, yeah, and this is what Nighthaunt does. Like, it's like just getting in, pinning, doing damage. And the Keeper, I'm not super worried about. I was able to use that Slaanesh dice, amazing, because it has a 4 damage profile, so I was able to save 1 of those. I was 1 away from actually getting the Reapers in too, which would have just been bizonkers, but yeah, obviously in a good spot. Took the easy for sure tactic.
Yeah, we did forget, you used the charge, the Slaanesh dice for the charge with the,
Yes.
the Grimghast Reapers.
Yeah.
And you did fail, so you will take D3 mortals. We forgot to roll that earlier.
Yeah, which I'll roll now. So is it on a 2-up though? Yes.
No.
That is a 6, so I will definitely take 3, so you'll kill 3 Reapers. And then yeah, I will score 10 because I'm going to take Jordan's point that the Keeper was on.
Yes, sir, and we're to have lots of clawing out to do, but let's just get into it with Hedonites of Slaanesh, turn 1. All right, for my battle tactic here, I'm gonna go for Do Not Waver because I don't think you'll be able to kill a unit, and you can't countercharge me this turn because you don't have the CP. So into the hero phase, I'm gonna cast with my Keeper of Secrets first, and she's going to try and cast Overwhelming Acquiescence onto your Blade Geists. And I'll get that off on a 7.
Okay, I'll try to unbind. I unbind with a big 12.
Needed that. And then with her second cast, we're gonna try and cast the Incarnate, and we will fail that on a 7. The Shard Speaker is going to try and cast Sadistic Spite onto a unit of Blissbarb Archers, and we'll fail that on a 4.
All right, I don't have much else to use my CP on, so I'm gonna go for Magical Intervention, and we're gonna cast Olinder's amazing War Scroll spell, Grief Stricken, and we're going to target the Keeper of Secrets. So let's see what we roll. We roll 5 and fail.
All right, then let's get into movement. And that's going to be it for my movement. So I'll get into shooting, and I'll start off with the Blissbarb Seekers, splitting their shots between the Blade Dice and the Grimghast Reapers.
First to unleash their arrows, the Blissbarb Seekers take down 2 each of the Bladegheists and Grimghast Reapers. The Blissbarb Archers also fire at the Bladegheists, but are only able to fell another 4 of the ghosts.
And then let's get into charges, and I'm going to start off with the unit of Seekers over on the right flank. That's going to be all my charges, so we'll look at combat, and my Keeper of Secrets is going to use her ability to get +1 damage on the trade-off of giving you +1 to save, because it doesn't matter. And we will start off combat with her, and obviously putting everything into the Blade Dice, getting +1 hit and wound again. That's to be 4 at 3 damage because of her trick.
So 3 damage so far.
And then her claws, we'll add 2 more at 4 damage each.
Yep. I make them both. It's big.
So just 3 damage.
Yep, 6s. I make 1, so you'll kill 2.
2 damage again. Nice.
All right, I'm going to pile in an attack now with the Grimghast Reapers.
The Grimghast Reapers attack and take down 2 of the Bliss Seekers. Then the Seekers on the eastern flank manage to wipe out the Dreadblade Harrows. While several skirmishes are fought across the battlefield, the Bladegeist Revenants manage to slip 4 wounds through the Keeper of Secrets' defenses.
And that's going to wrap up my turn for Hedonites of Slaanesh turn 1, and it wasn't too bad, actually. Obviously, it looked real bad after Ridge's turn, and I didn't wipe anything out. Nighthaunt is hard to chew through. The Keeper, after 2 turns, has only done 4 damage to your Blade Geist, which you swing the other way on Nighthaunt saves, and it could be 8 to 10 each combat, right?
Yeah, you got ghosted on the claws. They
Yeah,
the 2
like could have been,
8 damage.
Yeah, exactly. 8 damage there. You made 3 out of 4 4-ups on the 3 damage ones, so
Yep.
that easily could have been, like, again, 10, 12 damage. But here, though, even just with positioning, the way things went, I'm content. I'm very content with the turn. I can't say I'm happy because I'm still, like, in a tough position and it's not looking great. But notably here, we touched 3 of Ridge's objectives. You went so aggro, obviously left them open.
Yep.
That's the trade-off or the risk. And we had the speed and the retreating and charging to get over. Tagged those 3. I didn't need them all, and it kind of meant I was taking more damage than I could have otherwise. But the big thing is, it's now not only tougher for you to store, you gotta get back on them to take them back, but I'm also tying you up in combat, and you can only retreat and charge with 1 unit. Now you can still do the charge and combat thing, but trying to limit your mobility as well. And what also helps with that is killing your 2 Dreadblade Heroes.
That was big.
Yeah.
To the wound. Did exactly 6. I didn't make a ward.
Yeah. So
they can, in the movement phase,
just as planned,
teleport around. But
yeah. So exactly that. And all those things kind of panning out meant I do hold more. I do Storm and Battle Tactic to store 10 points and to keep it tied, which is really big. And it does send us into a quite interesting priority roll. So let's roll it.
Yes. It's not gonna matter, my friend. I apologize.
Ridge rolled a 6. Mine was cocked, but it looked like a 5. For Ridge, you gonna give it away?
Yeah, I am obviously going to take the turn here, and we're gonna see why Lady Olinder is awesome. So let's go into Nighthaunt, turn 2.
And this round, to declare my euphoric killer units, I'm going to go with my big unit of Blissbarb Archers, I'm going to go with Shalaxi, and I'm going to go with my 5 Seekers actually as well.
Okay, so for my tactic, I'm just going to go on attack on 2 fronts, which means I just need to take 2 points from Jordan here. So I'm just going to go right off the bat and do Olinder's amazing ability. So she's going to be able to bring back D3 plus 3 models to all of my units on the board. So no aura. So automatically that will bring back 3 Train Rasps. We will bring back D3 plus 3 Reapers for 5. D3 plus 3 Bladegeist Revenants for 5. And then for the Hex Wraiths, we roll the big 6, that's 2 more back. All right, next we're gonna choose our CP for Discorporate. So we're gonna put that onto the Bladegeist Revenants actually this time. Alrighty, so we're gonna go into the magic phase. Olinder's gonna use her incredible spell here to try to make Shalaxi not benefit from positive modifiers to hit, wound, and save. We are gonna get that on a 9.
And we unbind it on a 10.
Nice.
Suck it.
Then she will try to go for Shade Mist onto those Grimghast Reapers in front of her, which she's gonna get an 11. Don't boxcar me.
Nope, only an 8.
They're gonna be -1 to wound. Alrighty, so that's gonna be all for my hero phase.
Well, let's get desperate and try and cast the Incarnate with Magical Intervention with my Shard Speaker. And failed that on a 3.
Cool beans, we will go into the movement phase. That is going to be it for the movement phase. Olinder's gonna shoot into the Keeper. It's gonna be 2s and 2s. So that'll be Ren 3, so that goes through, and it's gonna do D6 damage. For just a big one.
I'll get right into the covering fire with my Blissbarb Archers. Probably not going to amount to a ton, but we'll try our best. We got crit 2 hits. We're gonna have to put our shots into the Grimghast Reapers. So that'll be 10 total at 1 damage.
Okay, force. I'm gonna make 3, so that will do 7. Okay, so 6 upward, you'll kill 6. Alrighty, and now we have just a mess of charges here. Cool beans. That's gonna be it for the charge phase. The Hex Race will do mortals on a, they do with 4, so that will be 2 mortal wounds into the Keeper.
We ward 1 up to 6.
Now, the Hex Race will make the Keeper -1 to save, the Lord Executioner will make the Keeper fight last, and then the Grimghast Reapers, or sorry, the Bladegeist Revenants will make him -1 to hit. The Lord Executioner will on a 2-up make the Keeper of Secrets, who is very debuffed, -1 attack as well. which he will get, so -1 attack as well on the keeper. I think that's everything.
Well, I'm going to make your Blade Dice Revenants +1 to save to give me an extra damage.
Nice. I'll start with the Blade Geist Revenants, who are splitting their attacks between the Keeper of Secrets and the Blissbarb Archers. And we are going to go for an all-out attack here.
I'll go for the all-out defense on the Keeper.
Splitting their attacks, the Blade Geist Revenants deal 4 damage to the Keeper of Secrets and take out 16 Blissbarb Archers. The Blissbarb Seekers then take down a single Grimcast Reaper before being brought down themselves by the combined Nighthaunt Assault.
Okay, so now we have to give the Lord Executioner the glory. He's got Anti-Hero for an extra rend, and then as well the Hex Race giving him an extra rend. So this is going to be rend 4. So he's going to be hitting on 3s. Can be 2 crit autos. And then I did fail one of the wounding rolls, so I'm going to try to Slaanesh dice it just so we can get the Lord Executioner his glory. We do. So that's going to be 4 at rend 4.
Well, I don't have a save against that.
Yes, so that will be 8 damage.
All right, we will have a ward. We made 3, take 5 damage.
No!
Got 1 wound left.
Couldn't even give it to him. All right, then I guess we pile in with the Hex Race. It's going to be 4s. That's going to be 8 at rend 2, effectively.
All right, we need a heroic effort here. With all out defense, she'll be on a 5-up save still. We only save 2. We need 6 of 6, 5-up wards. Not a 1.
And then you would have had to roll it again because it's 2 damage.
Nice. The Keeper goes down.
So that was a Nighthaunt turn 2, and yeah, killed some stuff. Obviously got more here, easy retreat onto the point here, did attack in 2 fronts, so gonna score 10. Just that ability with Lady Olinder, very good showing of how many models I brought back in that hero phase.
Yeah, brought 11, 13 wounds back, 14 wounds back.
Yeah, so it was 5, 5, and then 2 horses because I rolled the 3.
So it was 19 wounds back in total that she brought.
Just from her ability, board wide.
And obviously very valuable on your big hammer units.
Yes, and the Hex Race. And perfectly able to put -1 to wound here, 5-up ward, like just an absolute devastating turn. So remember when this army was, 20, 30 points less on a lot of these units and could run and charge with every unit?
Yeah.
It's like this still is showing how, great and devastating Nighthaunt can be.
Yeah. Yeah, and all I'm going to be able to do on my turn is probably take the flanks, store hold 1, hold 2 for 8 points, which actually isn't too bad. You're at 20, so I'm only down 2 points, but then we can roll Prio for Ridge.
Yep.
That's a 4.
Yep, so you could get the double.
Here, it's like I'm not down enough to be able to do a tactic, but I think storing 2 points is the most I can hope for because everything else is quickly going to die after my turn or on your next turn. So I think at that point, we can probably, there's not much to play out here. I may not be able to kill any units. I might try and chip stuff down, but honestly, I'm just going to try and stay away from store. I can get 4 points for sure on my turn, maybe another 4 to 6 points throughout the rest of the game if I get the chance to do one tactic or hold on to an objective or take one back. But again, any points beyond this turn are pretty not high probability.
Yes, and obviously on my end, once it becomes my turn, I'll be able to get 10 quite easily for the rest of the game because I feel like I would have tactics to do.
Yep, and seize the center, take their land. You got lots of easy ones. So.
Yes.
I maybe have a chance at take their land still if you don't kill the Seekers or whatever you leave alive has a chance.
In turn 3 or 4, you could definitely get probably 8 actually because you could hold 2.
It depends on prios and all those things. But yeah, all in, it was a devastating kind of couple turns from Nighthaunt.
Yes.
And you were talking about some of the strengths, obviously, and showcasing some of the abilities. But I think on the flip side, this showcases some of the weaknesses of Slaanesh. If they get pinned, they're not on the charge, they're not shooting. They are very squishy. They go down very fast. Mm-hmm. I had no save as soon as you made me -1 to save and the anti-cavalry. So very glass, and we have a lot of similarities in our units, though I do have shooting, the ethereal saves are just so far outstrip my damage.
Yeah, and they can just go either way. Everyone
the mobility
knows. When you play Nighthaunt, it's like any little spikes on top of that. But yeah, the ability to, I think, one of the big things to talk about with Nighthaunt is the discorp rate changing is big. So now we have to do it in the hero phase. So it is a side grade and a bit better putting it on 10 hex race and just jamming it into the army. Yeah. But a lot of other downsides where then you can just avoid that, kill all the other things.
But you also know you're not spending that CP every phase over 2 turns.
Yeah, it is only one. So that's where people are freaking out. But
Darren, you can plan. Hey, this is the unit. I'm gonna let you cover and fire.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Which is usually you see it on hex race. That's usually what you're gonna do it with. But this could have been a very different game as well if Jordan did get the double into 2. Which is something to talk about.
I was gonna say that. I think I really would have had a shot at potentially clearing the blade dice, clearing the hex raids.
Yeah.
Also a shot at killing the Lord Executioner before you have a chance to bring any units back.
Get the +1 attack, any of the stuff.
And then you have your Grimghast Reapers, who was also starting to whittle down, and maybe not enough units to really cover the ground and store fast enough.
Yeah, and this showing with like an army that can have a good alpha strike, like a good alpha pin, that double is needed for sure against armies like this, because you definitely, even with just the 20 Bliss Barbs, they can do quite a bit of output. So you could have,
I had a shot with Prio. I think I was right in the game for sure.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it was not to be today.
Yeah, it was not to be. Nighthaunt still reigns supreme. Nighthaunt still good. Suck it, Carl. I'm saying it now.
All right, well, I think with that, a big decisive win here for the Ghosts. They're still good, as you say. Slaanesh has had its day on the channel, but it was not today. Gotta come down eventually, but yeah, that'll be it for us here today, guys. Again, thank you to all our channel members who help support the channel, make it all possible. Don't forget, you can get an extra video if you want to join our channel membership. But either way, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon in another battle report.
Have a good week, everyone.